Okay, will Paul Kent ever host NRL 360 again? Will he host it ever again? That is the question I'm asking. Obviously, the media's silence in regards, apart from his initial stand down, his arrest, and his court hearing, there hasn't been the same media circus around Paul Kent as there would be if this was a rugby league player or an AFL player in Australia. And that is quite telling because lots of current and ex-players have come out saying, hey, when some of the playing group do this, they get thrown to the wolves or get accused of this. He should be treated in the same way we've been treated whenever we have a misdeed off the field. And that, I think, is fair. He is a very public figure. But will he ever host NRL 360 again? That's the question, because it will come down to viewers and advertisers. Because Fox Sports is a subscription network, that could be telling if people start cancelling their subscriptions in large numbers. Also, if advertisers pull their adverts saying we don't want to be associated with someone who's been accused of violence against women. Now, that's what he's been accused of, domestic violence. Obviously, between now and his court hearing, more is going to come out, I have no doubt. The police want to raise some of the charges against him or bring new charges against him. That's what's been reported over the last few days. He says he's innocent and he wants to have his day in court, which is his right. He gave a brief statement outside court yesterday. As far as I'm aware, he still stood down from hosting NRL 360 and stood down from frontline writing duties at the Daily Telegraph. He hasn't been, I would say, fully suspended. I think he's allowed to do some work in the background, like preparing articles or doing article research, that kind of thing, or assisting with articles and programming, but he won't be a public face on NRL 360, so he's got a public stand down. I believe the gardening leave, I think, is the best way to describe it. So he's still getting paid by Fox Sports and he's still getting paid by the Daily Telegraph because he's salaried, obviously. But it's going to be interesting to see if he ever returns to host NRL 360. I did a little survey. I've done a survey on the channel. I put a survey up on the community tab. So far, 73% of respondents have said he won't host it again or don't think he will keep his job. Around 20% think he will keep his job, which leaves a good 5-7% who are undecided waiting a pending court trial. But it will be interesting. I mean, what do his work colleagues think about what's going on? What we've seen in recent years is the high-profile Triple M spat with Mark Geyer and what happened with Anthony Maroon on Triple M. He doesn't host or co-host Triple M on the Sunday show anymore. On the radio, the KO Sports media launch earlier this year, there was an altercation with another journalist who he's had a spat with in the past. They don't like each other. And there was an altercation at a media event in February. And now we've seen these assault charges against him. Character witnesses are probably going to be called in question about Paul Kent's character. And that's what's going to be really, really telling, is if some of his colleagues at Fox Sports and at Triple M go on the record and say, look, this guy's got an aggressive character, anger issues. That's what's going to be telling. We'll see what happens, but the question I'm asking you guys is, will he ever host NRL 360 again? I don't think he will. Regardless of what happens in any court hearing, I don't think he will ever host NRL 360 again. And having watched it, it actually seems a much calmer program now. It's actually it's a different watch. I wouldn't say it's a better watch, but it works well without him. The guests and the hosts, they seem to work a lot calmer. It's less heated than what it was before. I know that controversy and that argumentative nature sometimes, is what producers want. I think with getting Gordon Tallis on there as his temporary replacement, I think has worked. I think it's a different style of doing it, and that could prove key. If ratings go up without him, do the producers and the director go, do we want him back? Ratings are doing really well. We'll have to see how the TV ratings work for NRL 360. And we'll have to see if he is found innocent, which is he's fighting his corner, whether advertisers, and subscribers start getting impacted. So I think he's probably done, but at the same time, we'll see what his bosses do. He says his bosses still support him. I found that statement outside of court very, very interesting. So I do think there's more to this story than that meets the eye, just a simple domestic. And more stuff, I no doubt, will come out in the following months. But here we are now. But what do you think? Do you think he'll host it ever again or not? Anyway, from me, it's goodbye for now. I will have some more content for you soon. Please place your comments in the comment section below and hit that like and subscribe button. But from me, it's goodbye for now.